Hashtag observing. A ball knowers production.
The wheels are turning. The people are yearning for hashtag observing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of hashtag observing. We're comprised of the most avid and knowledgeable ball knowers in the world. Here you can expect a weekly drama that we find on our timelines and the know-hows and banter of all our fantasy leagues. I'm Alan. I'm the commish, and we have someone new from our both our fantasy leagues, Ashton. At ease. Tell us
Thanks
a
for having
little
me.
bit about yourself.
I'm a diehard Celtics fan, have been since I was around 10 years old, and I'm about a 2-year-old Jags fan. So recently got onto that bandwagon. I figure, buy low, sell high. I'm in right when it's low, and we can't wait for that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Super Bowl's coming in. And as you know, we still got Noah here, the reigning league champ.
And soon to be league champ of the football league.
It is October 26th. It's Sunday night. All the NBA games I think have finished, so all our leagues are pretty much done. Or our league for NBA is done. NFL we still have Monday Night Football, but we can still give a decent recap on that. So this week I went up against Jay Pelwell. He was, as you know, a D tier list that we gave him last week. He was not D tier this week. He gave me belt to ass, is what it is. If you recall, he had the Redeem team and they came back. The Redeem team came back. Steph Curry dropped 50 on me. He drafted Wemby. He definitely learned something from those monks and Hakeem and Kevin Garnett. He locked in his worst game at 49 points. He didn't bother waiting for his 49 or 52 point game, but even then, he still put up, I think, a league high in history, 310 points this week.
I think we might have had 314 last year.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. I think
I might have been you.
I think that's third most. I think I scored 309. Grafton scored 314. Ashton scored 312.
It was above the 3, but mine was not the highest for sure.
I think you're second highest. Yeah, so not much I can do. Steph Curry 45 point game 2. DeMar DeRozan 35 points. Kevin Durant nice cool 30. Kawhi is expected. He had a nice 26 point game that he locked. OG Anunoby, I didn't expect that. He had a 36 pointer, and DeAndre Ayton just dropped a 29 point game to finish off the 300 point milestone there. But for me, I was a little discouraged at first. No one was scoring a lot of points right away, and his team was scoring a lot of points. But over the course of the week, I had some highlights. Chet Holmgren actually he put up a nice 37 and a half. Giannis put up 49. Evan Mobley was looking good now. He just finished a 34 pointer today. Trey Murphy was doing good. I had some disappointments this week with Amen Thompson. He didn't have the games in this week either, but he only scored 8 points, so I had to put him on my bench. Matez Buzelis didn't have quite the start I expected him to have, but we're still looking up and up. Across the league, though, I'm looking at matchups here. Pow Town just beat Fet Machines 211, 207. Go Kart Mello squeaked it out against Fat Slovenian Revenge, 264.5 points to 263.5 points there. We'll talk about the ending there a little later. And then Edge Till I Come just demolished Wemby Yo Mama, 222.5 to 195.5. And the last two matchups here, we can pass it on over to NJ Erickson against I'm Really Harry with a convincing win.
I don't know if convincing is the word I would use, but we are 1-0. League champ, returning for more. I think my hashtag last week was back-to-back.
Starting off strong.
Starting off strong. A win's a win. You play who's in front of you. Very excited about. Pascal was my number one pick. He had 2 games above 35 points this week. Benedict Mathurin, who I'll come back to later, he looked fantastic in the 2 games he played this week. Really excited about what I saw from freshly nicknamed Board Slut Jalen Duran. He looked great today, as long as he can limit the technical and flagrant fouls. I think he's going to be a monster for me. However, that does not come without some concerns about my team. Also, Zion looked great. He looked skinny. He
Besides
looked
the
skinny.
goatee,
Besides the
does
goatee,
not look great. The goatee's got to go.
the goatee does have to go. He looks about 10 years older than he actually is. Shaden Sharp, he's on China watch. The Guangdong Tigers probably need a shooting guard, and he might be the guy for that. He looked horrible. His efficiency was horrible, and I actually think he finished, 7 of 24 from the field tonight, 1 of 9 from 3, and he turned the ball over 6 times. That's not going to fly. I'm hoping it's just early season. He'll settle in. Josh Giddey kind of had a similar thing, but he also started the year off a little rough last year. I'm banking on him on that Bulls team doing all right. And then the biggest concern, Dyson Daniels. I spent a 4th-round pick on this guy, the Great Barrier Thief. Josh brought up a great point last week. It's hard to average 3 steals a game. That is true. However, this is a guy who averaged 14 points.
Him to do some more on the other end.
He averaged 14.6 boards, 4 assists last year. His average right now through 3 games is 6 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. The Hawks look bad. It is not just Dyson Daniels.
Trae Young looked bad. Jalen Johnson isn't producing quite as much.
Again, this could just be a thing of first few games of the seasons, but
Kristaps looked decent for the 1 game he played this week, by the way.
And Oneko Okongwu, his backup, actually looked very good in the 2 games in the interim. I'm excited about him too. Nothing against Kristaps, who we now know had POTS. I think I said last week it was AIDS. New knowledge came out over the week that Kristaps had POTS. I know people with POTS. I get it. You know what, Kristaps, totally understandable. I wouldn't want to play basketball either if I had POTS. Just wrapping up on my side of the recap. Did beat Harry by 20 points, but a lot of work to do.
A lot of work, but Harry's just didn't seem like he had a chance. As he said himself, a lot of high variance, and he definitely got a lot of high variance. Not quite as high variance that he was hoping for. Joel Embiid did not beat Joel Embiid. He had a decent game, but not fantasy-wise. It was pretty bad.
Dylan Harper looked great today. Unfortunately, it was against the JV Brooklyn Nets. Sorry.
Reed Shepherd wasn't as good as he expected. I didn't think he was going to be that well for Houston anyways, but Ace Bailey did not perform quite as well as he did in preseason.
Ace Bailey's performance yesterday was shameful. I don't know how many minutes he ended up with. He was 0 of 5 from the field in the first half, and I think he maybe saw the floor 3 minutes in the second half. Cooper Flagg looked all right. I was saying it was jokingly. It was a bust earlier in the week. 4-13 in your first game is not great, but it's also your first game.
Yeah, you had a double-double, I think. Was it 10 rebounds, 10 points?
Yep, 10 rebounds, 10 points, and then 18, 5, and 6 against the Wizards, and 22, 4, and 4 tonight. So, he was right. A lot of variance on that team. Didn't work out for him this week. Had good performances out of Herb Jones. James Harden.
He surprisingly dropped Jabari Smith too, right?
Who I now have. I won that on
change.
I did, and the worst part about that,
I think it's well deserved though. Well, I think Jabari Smith's a good pickup.
He's a starter. it's still a lot of mouths to feed, but he can.
I think he'll give you one good game every 2 weeks.
You know what? That's all I need,
Yeah.
especially with the way some of my lower tier, or my lower picks are looking right now. Did not have a great week out of my late round picks and my waiver guys, so we'll need that to pick
But
up.
if
But
it's anything like last season, just for a little context, I think Jabari Smith got passed around once a week last season. Went to whoever he needed. The big change from last year to this year, though, is the FAAB. If we're auctioning off these players, nobody had to use their money last year. That's a big move that you're spending money on Jabari Smith Jr. when it might only be a matter of time before you get rid of him again.
thankfully, we do have a pretty good budget on our FAAB. I
Commissioner was
will.
generous.
He was grateful for our commission.
Thank you.
Saving mine, I'm gonna cash out at the end of the season.
Pay me my 9,000.
Every grand you have at the end of the season, I'll give you $1.
Yeah, I paid $500.
I'm walking out with $409.
I think my initial bet on Jabari was like $50, and then people were starting to talk about him, and I bumped it up to $250.
That's
And then as it got closer, it's like, damn, I really want him, so I spent
you there.
$500. Yeah,
because I think
we have no idea who else is bidding on him.
Yeah,
right.
Because I think the front runner for the Jabari Smith of the Year award is Rui Hachimura right now. And for people that don't know, Jabari Smith, as Ashton said, was passed around to managers every single week, and currently that is Rui Hachimura this week. He was passed around, I think, to 3 teams, so we'll see if that continues. I think he's on Grafton's team right now, and he only picked him up because of the recent Luka news that he is out for a week. And for some reason, he thinks Rue is going to pick up those fantasy points. Let's see how many points he picked up.
How did Rui play? Let's take a look. Ashton, you can, while we're looking that up.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'll get into my little recap. It was 248.5 to 244.5 against Furries for Murray. I'll tell you what, it shouldn't have been this close. The one big takeaway that I had was my bench. And I'll tell you what, I have a very reliable core team. There's not a lot of people sitting out. The only real concern I have this season is my center position with Kristaps there. He's not going to be playing a lot of games. I was a little hopeful in the preseason with the diagnosis and saying he got better, but playing 1 out of 3 games, it's just not convincing that it's going to be any different than last year. And that's kind of been the story of his career, I think. But if we're talking about old reliable, I mean, SGA is just going to be there every single game, if not for all 82. We have Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Denny Avdia, which I don't know how I got again, but I think could be a wild card later on in the season, as he was for me last year. PJ Washington, KP, as I said before, Peyton Pritchard, and right now I have Grady Dick in, which put up a pretty shameful performance tonight, but not a lot of usage out of him. Again, my big takeaway was the bench. If we're looking at Steven Adams putting up 22.5, Tobias Harris putting up reliable around 20 points every single game, Devin Vassell, and we're waiting on a lot of injuries to come back in. Jeremy Shohan, Zach Edey, and Jalen Green are all waiting to show up. So when I say this was a close game, we came out with a win, 4 points above, but I don't think we're going to have a game that close in the future.
It seems like a positive outlook.
It is a very positive outlook. We got a lot of injuries in there, and we have a lot of bench players that can sub in for when the core players don't show up. As I said before, that center position is just you can't have KP as your starting center. I mean, the Mavs knew it, the Knicks knew it, the Celtics knew it. I mean, you can't. He's not reliable, and I think that's kind of the focus of my team this year is reliability. The people are going to show up every single day. As I said before, I mean. Right, that consistency.
And you have Mr. Consistent.
Right. And I'm not
consistently at
pressed
the
to
free
lock in
throw
any of
line.
these games if Denny Avdia is putting up 18, 23, 22. Jalen Brunson putting up 19, 24, 36. Donovan Mitchell is just going at it again and again along with SGA. These picks are going to show up again and again and again. And when you have that many games to pick from, you're not worried about taking a risk at the end of the week because they might have that big Sunday game. But if they're going to show up and put up a minimum of 20, then you're willing to take that risk. I'll tell you what, though. I got one player in a position. Maybe this can segue us to our next segment, though. Keyshawn George showed up first game of the season. I had him at 29 points. That's 21 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal with pretty good shooting. He's shooting about 50% with very little turnovers. I think 2 turnovers overall. And I locked it in. I thought, great. I'm a sicko. I was watching that preseason basketball like a sick fuck. And I go, I want Keyshawn George. So I lock him in the first day because what preseason waiver wire are you going to get that's going to put up 29 for you in the first game? Let alone going against the Mavs and putting up 42 and a half. Are you kidding me? 34, 11, 4, and 2 with 3 blocks. I mean, I'm really excited how he's going to go throughout the rest of the season. And I'll tell you what, the Washington Wizards, the bar is low. So, you know, I'm thinking anything out of him is going to be great, but I think he has a real potential to be a great star there, if not, a very active role player as a rookie.
He falls under my category of young guys on rebuilding teams or teams without an identity where they have a lot of opportunities to flourish. That's why I was so high on Bob Carrington. I don't think Trey Johnson's going to stuff the stat sheet, but Keyshawn George has shown that he can stuff the stat sheet. So I think that's a great pickup.
Big on Koulibaly last year too, weren't you?
I don't think I had him, but he's solid. He's another one of those guys that can fill up the stat sheet. Does a lot of things very well.
So I think Grafton had him. He's not big on him this year. Neither was he last year.
The Wizards do have a lot of guys like that.
The Wizards,
though.
Yeah, they have a lot of guys, and I was hoping Cam Whitmore was going to be one of them. That's one guy that I drafted. I dropped him last night. I was looking on Twitter, and it turned out he had an altercation with his coach. We don't need that kind of juju on our team, so he got dropped for Anthony.
You can leave that for Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, but I don't need that in the NBA.
Yeah. On my team, we play some ethical hoops. I know some managers, they don't care about that, but on the men intentuary, you got to play ethical hoops.
We're not worried about that on our side of things. Ashton's not worried about that either. He mentioned Denny Avdia, the big genocide.
I was thinking more of like Shea getting what was it? 29.
I mean, that's the other one
attempts?
too.
Yeah, he had like 100 free throw attempts this week.
Yeah,
Let's
23 for 26 against the Pacers.
23
for 26 against the Pacers.
3 games, 44 free throw attempts.
Two
Just shy of
overtimes,
15 a game.
That's
true.
That
is true.
What are you gonna do? I understand. I'm not defending it, but I am gonna take those points. I'm not defending it, but I am gonna take those points.
He's on your team. You can't.
That's who got me.
Yeah,
to
he
the
won you a
promised
chip
land last year. Yep. I can't call him a free throw merchant. I did say earlier that he shows up the line a lot. 44
if the
free
whole
throws
NBA
in
was
3
playing
games.
ethical hoops, maybe we wouldn't have a gambling investigation onto us right now.
That is true. We'll get into that for sure.
But looking at our power rankings that I unbiasedly created, thanks to edit.org.
God, that's bright. Look at my camera now.
Camera.
Yeah, so I put Jay Pelly as D tier, but the Redeem team came back, so I put him at number 1 at the power rankings until load management takes over. Once that happens, then we can
Cross that bridge when we get there.
I put Jason. I pretty much just based this off points. seem pretty non-biased enough. But next we have 2 and 3. Jay Strobe and Sonic Boom. They faced each other, but they had the second most and third most points. Sonic Boom buying himself a little bit. He locked in Austin Reeves, I think, the second game this season.
First game,
First
26
game.
and a half. That was his lowest of the week. He had
Yeah.
32 and a half against the Wolves. And then tonight,
Yeah, Luka
56
this morning.
and a half.
Luka this
Yep.
morning is confirmed out. I told him, hey, Luka's going to be out this week, so Austin Reeves is going to absorb all his fantasy points. Turns out, the motherfucker actually did it. 55 fantasy
And then
points.
some.
He could have used that to beat J Stroke, but he didn't gamble. He's not a gambling man. He plays it safe, and that ended up costing him the week. J Strobe, he had a nice. I mean, I don't know what types of players he had, but LaMelo Ball.
The Aaron Gordon
very
game
good.
carried
Gordon,
him quite
50,
a bit.
Yeah, he had the 50-pointer. That.
See, it's our first power rankings. I agree with the points, but just based off of the players that got him there, I don't think Jay Strobe is cut out for this business. Trae Young can keep it up, or Trae Young can build it up and take the spot of one of these guys. Yeah. But you got the question mark of will AD stay healthy? LaMelo Ball is obviously going to get a lot of points, but he was locking in games.
LaMelo's also a question mark too. I don't know if he will be healthy. He wasn't healthy last year.
He's locking in games from Dylan Brooks. I don't want to say Lauri Markkanen because he can be solid on that Jazz team, but Aaron Gordon had 44 opening night, and then
he's more of a 20-point player.
Yep. Walker Kessler having 36 as well.
That's not a surprise.
He can do that. He can do a lot of boards, a lot of blocks, but
only surprise.
Tell you what, he's got solid players, but not winners.
Yeah. Walker Kessler's a nice workhorse. Last in for first in, last out type of guy, man.
Real nose to the floor, nose to the grindstone kind of guy.
I was a little biased. I put myself fourth. Moving on. Yeah, I put myself fourth because, I technically didn't have the fourth most points, but I had to gamble early, so I only ended up with 233. I tried to shoot for the moon, did not quite end up there. Got close. No, I wasn't close at all, but I'm a little biased, so I'll put myself fourth, when realistically I should be fifth or sixth. But Bam Adebayo, nice fifth in there, like he said. I expect him to move up next week. Like he said,
I expect me to move up if the bias goes away too. I had 248 points.
If he didn't have quite outscored our commish.
Okay, you only outscored me by like 5 points. I had like 2 players score 5 points and 10 points.
I think maybe next time we should do power rankings of bench points too, or maybe we should do it off potential. That should play a part rather than full points.
Based off of aura and gravitas.
I like this. I like this because I set the bias, and you guys can overreact and be pissed. Finish it off with Nugget Chef. He texted me about that matchup. He was a little pissed. He says, let's see his exact words. He was very pissed about the Shea ethical hoops. Must be nice having a top 3 pick and having 50-point free throw merchant on lock every week. He's not the happiest trooper.
I just want to point out off of that, he locked a Cam Thomas game in which he had 40 points, 2 rebounds, no assists, no steals, 3 turnovers. 13 of 13 from the line. At least Shea's filling up the stat sheet, man. Cam Thomas, 40 points, blocking that game.
Empty.
There's your problem right there.
Empty fantasy.
Cam Thomas is a known ball hog. I mean, coming from a person, his manager last year, he was there for the start of the season, but at the end of the season, he went away. But that was kind of all it was just points.
Moving it down, Grafton Carlson, he had a good first game, but he had the VJ Edgecombe, so he was very happy with that pick.
Broke LeBron's record in the first quarter, right?
Broke everybody's record.
Well, it's not everybody's record. It's LeBron's record.
VJ Edgecombe. Let's see. Sar Thompson had a nice game.
Just want to Oh, you're still talking. You're still
No,
talking Grafton.
good. No, he didn't have that many players. I don't know how he won. He locked in Jaden McDaniels, Brandon Ingram, LeVar Ball, or not LeVar, Lonzo Ball, Drew Holiday.
On one foot. On one
This
foot.
is a box of scraps.
At 9, we do have Cheddar Bob, who is marked as 1-0, but that is incorrect.
This was made pre last game lock. Who? Cheddar Bob lost. Who won? Who beat Cheddar Bob? Oh,
Wags 707.
Yeah. I'm
Who
gonna.
joined earlier?
So I think Cheddar Bob can move down to 11, but Wags is still saying at 12. I mean, that team is horrific.
I mean, that's a week 1 toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's going to be the future toilet bowl.
He locked in 17.5 from Jaime Jaquez.
Wags?
Yeah. 14.5 from Jeremy Grant.
Just terrible managing by
worst
his
game
part.
of the week.
Yeah. I feel confident leaving him at 12.
He has 2. I didn't even realize this. He has 3
all
players.
I care, you can put him at 13. I don't give a shit.
He drafted Paulo Banchero, and Paulo Banchero's not looked good this season. There's a stat on Twitter that
he's like,
his
Tell you what,
2-point
he hasn't been
percentage
the
is
same since the
lowest.
injury.
The 3-point percentage is not there. He's just not.
That injury last year, he was doing great last year. He was only on the up and up. But as soon as that injury hit, he's never really bounced fully back.
The only thing he's got going for him is the comparisons to LeBron. That he's got the gravitas there somehow, and that is carrying his everything.
I didn't realize how bad Paulo's efficiency is, man. Jesus.
High usage, low efficiency.
Yeah. I think Adam DeBom was the lowest scorer this.
He was our only scorer under 200 points.
Yeah. But I think he should be above Wags. Wags is just dog shit.
Guy doesn't know what he's doing. All right. Good power rankings. Do we want to touch on NFL real quick?
Yep.
Can be a quick one.
We don't have to. We don't have to talk about football.
How do we get rid of league chat? There's nothing bad about here. So for fantasy football, Ashton and I went up against each other. It's we still have the Monday night football game to preface that. I am down 3 points to Ashton, but I have Pat Mahomes still left to play. Ashton has no one, so as long as Pat Mahomes throws the ball to Rashee Rice or Xavier Worthy.
I don't think it has to be Rashee Rice. I think if he just throws the ball once, I think you win.
You'll see why I said Rashee Rice in a moment, but we should be good. This is I didn't really sweat this. There was a little bit of sweat.
All right.
I was the waiver wire champion of the Gadsden sweepstakes, so I got that. I've been saving my waiver wire priority for that, so that came in clutch. I traded with Cheddar Bob. I traded Mark Andrews and AJ Barner for Cooper Kupp and Henderson, so I can deal with that bullshit. As you can see, Cooper Kupp is not on my team. Dropped him right away because Christian Watson became available, so I had to get him out of my IR. So Christian Watson will be a nice addition to my wide receiver core. He is a wide receiver 1, so let's see if Jordan Love can show him some love. He had a nice outing with 12.5 points, but Ashton, he's gonna lose. he's gonna drop.
You know what? I did my best. If you'd kindly show my bench. There was nothing else to work with here. I gave it my all.
100% efficiency, and he's looking on the up and up. He scored 131 points. That's a good amount of points.
Is that a season best?
I don't think so. But Lad McConaughey.
I've been the king of narrow losses this season.
Lad McConaughey's looking good. The king of narrow losses. You just got to score more points.
You know what? I got a hard matchup. As soon as I face a fraud, I think they're going down.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're the truth. You're the truth this week.
I expose frauds on the daily. This will be the 5th fraud in a row that I've exposed.
No fraud here. Everybody knows I'm ass. If you look at that record, that's 1-6. You can't be a fraud at 1-6.
The next matchup we have is NJ Erickson going against I'm Really Harry. that is the fraud of the league currently, along with J. Powell. But
Yeah, this week's been tough. I also do just want to come back and touch on something our commish said. He said he wasn't sweating his matchup. Um, we about had commish crying on the floor with all the
these
called back
refs,
plays and whistles in the Buccaneers Saints game. Um, that was a
this
rough one for
this
him.
could have been over 35 points if they properly called that game. J.K. Dobbins could have had a touchdown too. Henderson fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line. There's a lot of potential here. I could have just schooled Ashton. I could have had 160, 170 points easy without Pat Mahomes. But the refs, I don't know how Ashton did it, but he called the refs.
Yeah, so tough week for generational Saint Brown. Also, AKA the generational Saint Bills. I do currently have five Bills players on my roster. Great week from Josh Allen and James Cook. James Cook, 2 touchdowns, 200 yards. Fantastic stuff. Dalton Kincaid, not so much. Coming back from injury off the bye, though. That can be tough. Obviously, the big news is at my running back position, Cam Scatabo went down with a horrific ankle injury. He had been great for me. He was I want to say, 9th round pick for me. So him getting the touches was great. Luckily, caught a touchdown before the injury. Appreciate you, Cam. Rest easy now, brother. We'll see you in Valhalla. I appreciate you for what you have done for my team this year. Might even rename the team in honor of Mr. Scattaboo.
Created a million Cam Scataboos. You have no idea what you've done.
Philly has no idea what they've done.
Javonte Williams has the watch, though, so it'll be good.
Javonte Williams does have the watch. 2 touchdowns a day. Not huge on the yards, not huge on the receptions, but as long as he's getting touchdowns, I don't care. Let's talk about fraud of the league, Harry's team.
Who got very lucky. Has purely Broncos players, and that Broncos team happened to face the Dallas defense.
RJ Harvey and Troy Franklin outscored their season highs by, I think, 5 and 6 points, respectively.
Had a good pickup, waiver wire pickup with Xavier Hutchinson this morning.
That was a good call. That was a fine call.
That was a fine call.
Dallas Goedert catching 3 balls, 2 of them for touchdowns is bullshit. We move. Hopefully Rashi Rice pulls together 14 points tomorrow. That's all I need. That is 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's all. It could be 0 yards. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, Rashi Rice, and we win the game. I gotta beat the fraud, dude. We are not the same. That record says 5-2. We are not the same.
I think the rest of the league's behind you when you say that too.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We'll be jumping for joy.
Grafton Carlson put up. I think it might be league high 205 in history. I'm not sure how many points Joe put up last week, but it's either first or second.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely demolished Kiers Cash. I mean, that guy doesn't. He has a family, and he just didn't care.
That is a league record, by the way. 203 last week.
Joe, yeah, 203.24.
Jay Strobe followed up his 203 with 107 points. He's going up against Wags, as you know, who is a terrible fantasy manager. Only put up 82 points. Grandma's beef ragu consistently putting up. He put up. It's a good week, 160. This guy that puts up 100 points sometimes. This is good.
If you click on that, you can definitely look at how Tucker Kraft saved his week too.
32.
I mean, without that 33.3.
I mean, he had 33.4 from Saquon as well. Needed that.
Saquon also
that
showed up for the first time this season.
Yeah,
that's 60 points. That's the game right there.
That's the game.
Had Jordan Love on the bench as well. for some reason started Carson Wentz over Jordan Love.
Yeah, I don't.
It was I think it
What
was
a
a Thursday
choice.
night football. Thought they were loaded on offense and there was just nothing there, and
It's
Vikings did not
Carson
deliver.
Wentz. We're
It,
talking about Carson Wentz.
right, especially with his shoulder injury. You know, we saw him
Jordan
wincing in
It's his
week.
left shoulder.
Right. Can't catch too well.
I mean, there's no justification here.
Moving over, we have the current fraud of the league, Jay Powell, winning over Cheddar
We
Bob.
can't have two frauds.
Yeah, but once you beat Harry, we'll have a new fraud. Jay Powell, 6-1, who is going to be 7-1 after only scoring 106 points.
Well, he's still got one more. He's
Does
got
that should say
projected.
56?
That does say
56.3?
56. 0 points from Quentin Johnston. 0
targets.
points from the Falcons defense.
And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you my mindset when I'm trying to draft players. I usually like them to be targeted.
Yeah,
I like it when they
that's
score the
ideal.
ball, man.
That's
Right.
ideal. But I say fraud of the league right now because Paul is 11th in points fielded and 12th in points allowed. But he is 6-1, soon to be 7-1. But we go next week. I'm going to expose my next fraud. 7 frauds in a row. That'll be a
He's
sneak preview.
including me in the fraud watch.
I'd like to make a meme of of Alan as the face of Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men, just going around flipping a coin
Flipping a
in front of
coin.
all the frauds and putting the haircut to his head.
It's that Grim Reaper meme where he's coming in and out of the doors.
Door to door
I
to
was
door.
gonna make that and put everybody's face on it until I lost. So that was a recap from both of the leagues. Here we're gonna do a little quick segment on we're 2 weeks or 1 week into the NBA fantasy season, and everybody's got their team name set. So we're gonna rank them. I'm gonna put this easily. Pound Town D.
Easy D tier.
That just doesn't make sense.
What does that
Pound
even
Town,
mean?
Yeah. You can see he has this parenthesis, which is if you have to parenthesis someone to like emphasize it, it's already bad. For Paolo Banchero, it doesn't help that Paolo also sucks right now.
Oh my
so-
God,
Yeah. So Pound
that's a
Town.
reach.
Yeah. Really bad. Go mine. I like mine. It's not the best. I like a B tier. It's a little play on of Lou Dort. The Dorset Chamber came up with Amenitentiary. I think it's fine. It's not great, but someone on my players. I don't know what you guys think, but
I think it's fine where it is. I think
Solid B, not B plus, not B minus. That's
Yeah.
a solid B.
I could have gone a little
think,
creative. But I'm a big Amen Thompson fan.
I think Fat Slovenian Revenge is just like
Yeah, it just doesn't.
it's a D tier
Yeah.
to me. It's there's no creativeness to it.
It's just describing a guy on your team. There's no playoffs.
It's nothing.
So yeah, that guy's fat and he's Slovenian and he wants revenge against the Mavs. Like, okay.
Cool.
A little too on the
nose.
nose for me.
I like Go Carmelo. I'll put that
Go
in.
Kart Melo's
A
fun.
tier. I'll take A tier.
Yeah.
I think Go Kart Melo's pretty fun.
Yeah. It's for anyone that doesn't know, there's a video of LaMelo just driving around in a go-kart on the roof.
I would say videos plural. He is not stopping anytime soon.
It's a nice. I like that.
I mean, if
Furries-
we're putting LaMelo Ball against the Georgia football team, I don't know who's winning that race.
Depends on how drunk they are.
Did LaMelo win or lose?
Furries Murray, I like this one a lot. I think this is
I do. too.
Rasheed Rice versus the Georgia football team versus LaMelo Ball in a drag race.
Do we want to throw in Henry Ruggs, or are we too far gone from that?
I like this furries for Murray's for Jamal Murray, especially after the news of Michael Porter Jr. when he left, and he's talking about being a furry as well. So this hits home.
What do we want? Let's do Fent machines.
I would
This has
see
that's kind of where I'm at. It has no relation to the league, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that's his whole shtick, though. I mean, what the fuck is Cheddar Bob? I mean, that's what he does.
all right. We'll put C for Cheddar Bob. It's fun. People call him Fat Mission. They call him Cheddar Bob, but
Where do we want to go here? We got half the league on there.
Edge.com SNS.
S-tier.
That's an S tier.
SNS, dude. That's VJ Edgecom. That's
Wembanyama Mama so fat, didn't like it last year, don't like it this year.
he for Grafton. He was also gonna do Edge till I think come into VJ, but it was too long. That would have been complete as well.
That would have been. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Edge till I comb is perfect.
Wembanyama so fat. That was a good one last year. Not so good this year because it's he's reusing it and he doesn't have Wemby again.
I think he goes in C tier.
Yeah, we gotta give points for originality and something new, something fresh. Keep the league nice.
Harry also in the same boat. I would put him in B tier because Hashim to beat is just that's good ball knowledge. That's a good pull, good name. Unfortunately, reused. I think B tier is good.
Al Qaeda,
Also
reused.
And not original. He's D tier.
Ooh,
wow.
D tier.
Okay.
I think that two things. It's not original. He's taking it after a tweet. Secondly, it was used last year too. The only reprise that I have, because I think I'm in the same boat, we're in week 1 of the NBA. A lot of these reuses, I think, are thank you. I think these are going to be changing throughout the week. So maybe once we have some renames, we can redo the list.
Yeah, Netanyahu's Iron Dong. The Netanyahu.
I think I deserve C tier. Yes.
The Netanyahu part is pulled from Twitter. The Iron Dong part doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you think about it in the context of like Iron Dome. I'm gonna probably change it because I don't even have Chet. I think it's a solid.
I can do B.
Yeah, I think B A even. I would put A if you had Chet.
I'm always gonna reward originality.
Appreciate it.
I might change mine to Chet Steen's Island too. That's one that I've been spinning up in the lab.
I think where I'm at right now, I'm putting a lot of mental effort into player nicknames, but I just have yet to have one that really, gets the team all together. So those player nicknames are coming from there.
Might have to have a bonus cast at some point for all the player nicknames we've come up with.
If we can do a tier list of player nicknames, I think I'm putting a lot in the SA category, and it's all original. But as far as team names right now, I think I need a couple weeks to get a new one going.
And for context, for Pound Town's nickname, he's got players like Sangoon. Sangooners is there. He's got Desmond Bain. You could put Bane of My Existence. Oh, we'll see how Christian Braun, all brawn, no brain. I don't know, something.
He's coming up with that stuff on the spot.
B tier. See, I mean, I'm hearing.
He probably looked at Pound Town and spent 30 minutes on that and thought,
he did.
This fucking rocks.
I named some.
I'll tell you what.
I did this exact same thing, and I named a shit ton of nicknames. I'm like, Bryce Sensabaugh, you can ice Bryce, I don't know. And he's like, oh, don't give me these ones. And then he left the Discord, came back 30 minutes later. He's like, check this out. Pound Town.
That's that scene in the menu where the guy has to cook a dinner and he just comes up with fucking slop shit.
Is Jordan Poole? Baddies by the pool? Like, come on, man.
Derek White.
What do you mean by
I think you just call your team Derek White.
that?
It's kind of a Nas Reed situation.
Yeah.
So that's the tier list. I feel pretty good about that.
It's a good tier list.
We'll give you an update a couple weeks into the season again. Moving on now to the next segment, comparing NBA to NFL Twitter. The first couple weeks of NFL Twitter was pretty good. You know, I would say there's a hit tweet every once a week. I don't quite remember something that stood out, but there's a little bit worry from NBA Twitter. It's like, guys, these guys are eating our chops. You know, they're scrambling our eggs. They might beat us, but once the NBA season started, that was quickly proven to just.
It was we were in a hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby kind of situation. It just
Not
doesn't
even
even come close.
Opening night, we get the VJ Edgecombe just bomb. We get Wembanyama looking like he definitely trained with the Shaolin monks. Luka Doncic like 50 pointers. He's just killing every Shea 55-point explosion.
We were right back to
the D'Angelo
Shea.
Russell outburst.
24-point outburst.
That's not even talking about the shit that happened off the court.
Yeah, and then if you go on the timelines, you got Hood Genius.
Oh my god!
Prominent NBA Twitter account who's fighting.
Can we just do a quick
FBI.
check?
Has he tweeted today?
Homeland Security. But I just want to check, because when this whole thing started, I think he started with about 10,000 to 15,000 followers.
He's at
celebrated once he got 20. He's at 202.2 right now.
God.
NBA Twitter's going global, baby.
And I don't even recognize NFL Twitter accounts. I just know that one bot, Don Cleveman.
Dove Cleveman or whatever. That guy fucking sucked. I blocked him, actually. I was sick of seeing his shit.
I know Lane Kiffin.
Kiffin, yeah. And that's just college football.
That's just college football.
But yeah, that doesn't even scratch the fact that the whole FBI investigation. Yeah, speaking of FBI, there's a whole investigation on Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier's fixing games. Like NFL Twitter has nothing on NBA.
That was the other one. That was Adam Silver has to go in front of Congress and give this whole defend the NBA on what's happening in the whole gambling ring. And somebody goes, David Stern looking up in disgust right now.
What the fuck is Adam Silver going to tell Congress?
What's going to happen?
Right.
It's unrivaled, man. NBA Twitter, amazing. Terry Rozier went to sleep thinking about basketball, and he's in a prison cell. And NBA Twitter,
he's out now.
Field day.
He had to put up $6 million in bond.
Hey,
that's impressive.
To get released,
man.
Yeah, and then he went to court in his. But how do you go to court in your Hornets warm-ups? You can't do that. He was handcuffed. He had shackles around his ankles and wrists, and he was wearing a Hornets warm-up hoodie.
If they got a perp walk picture of Chauncey Billups, I want to know if he's in a fucking Blazers tracksuit or something.
And his whole gaming ring is leading to players like Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, but I think it's important we make the distinction between. Right, exactly. So all these ex-NBA players were actually victims. I mean, we're involving a lot of people that are, as if they were the perpetrators, but they are actually victims, and their money was getting taken away from.
I do want to make note that this is true, but I also want to make note on the topic of victims. Victor Wembanyama had a great offseason, but he did meet with Kevin Garnett on how to get tougher. We got to keep eyes on him, man. He also might be a victim.
At FBI.
See a lot of that. I did see our first, what was it? Our Saddam Hussein edit for D'Angelo Russell. Saw one of those today as well.
The NBA, the NBA season has started when the terrorist tweets start coming in.
Yeah, we haven't
I think
seen
that's because
quite
a lot
as
of players
many
are
of those
limiting
yet,
their
but
comments on their Instagram after the
yeah, yeah.
Yukich incident last year.
They'll come in. And then another thing though with NBA Twitter is just how vocal they are, right? They have the accounts that are very popular and they tweet a bunch and everybody knows about them. And you can tell, Adam Silver has acknowledged that NBA Twitter is a thing and that they listen to the timeline, and you can tell that some of these new the medias have listened to them, right? With NBC and Prime Broadcast, those broadcasts are sick now. NBC has little 3-point animations and dunk animations. Prime has some new sick analytics page. Like they had Taylor Rooks and Blake Griffin go on the court, and they analyze the game
It
from that
was
point of
it
view.
was really it was really nice to see.
How are we feeling about that right now, too? Program to program right now. I mean, I know Prime's new in the game right now. I caught a couple of games on that. NBC was kind of taking it away from me. Like they're kind of killing it, Round ball rock coming on. I kind of got,
They,
very excited as soon as NBC had it on because I'm only used to the finals on there.
yeah, they know how to do a broadcast. It was
Besides Michael
actually a
Jordan.
presentation. It wasn't. Yeah, that one's a little. I'm not. I don't think I'm looking forward to those, but yeah, that was sick. We saw the player walk-ins. We actually saw the banner hang up, and we didn't have a commercial
It's not the
midway through the
patented
hang, so that was
ESPN
nice.
15-minute late
We
tip-off.
saw so that was great to watch. But yeah, I like the score bug. Like I said, that the 3-point animation was really nice. The dunk, whenever someone actually dunked, it was good to see Michael Jordan halftime, but I don't think I need to see him
Apparently,
every
this
week.
week
He's
he's
just gonna
talking
talk
about
about.
what a mentality looks like over an 82 game season. We don't need that. We can talk about that. We can
Yeah, I
talk
don't think.
about that.
That it was
Yeah,
going to be more of a
and
Tom Brady situation, but it
and he's
doesn't seem
probably
to
just
be
gonna
that way.
talk about.
I thought they were going to get him in the booth a
Yeah,
little bit, but
he's just gonna.
all pre-recorded shit.
I thought he was too. I thought he was gonna analyze the game, and it's just yeah. I
We
haven't
can
shot
And
a
then
tell.
basketball in
and
30
then
years.
conveniently there's a video of it.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, when I was buying this house, they told me to make this free throw." His ass 100% bricked that shot. There's no way he made that
Don't you think
shit.
it's a little convenient as well that that video comes out, all this stuff with Michael Jordan, all this positive press comes out, and then less than a week later, we got gambling allegations. How convenient.
Yeah, it is. And how it's very convenient also that the NBA also did their own investigation on Terry Rozier and cleared him. So we can see how they end up on things. I'm sure they did their own investigation on Michael Jordan's retirement,
I
his
was
first
thinking about it.
retirement
I am
was.
hoping at one of these congressional hearings over this, um, we have a congressman or congresswoman pull up a NBA Twitter tweet um, with just at FBI looking at Terry Rozier or whoever else
The Cash Patel
saying
tweets.
saying investigate this guy, and someone going, now this guy said investigate this guy. Did you investigate him? Why didn't you? Let's get ball Twitter to into government, man.
Let's talk about that hypothetical. Do you think it's possible? And I'd like to bet the over under on this. Can Congress get centelled?
I think they're some of the
Oh yeah.
most likely people to get
I
sent out.
think I think they're getting centelled in the Adam
AOC
Silver congressional
AOC's
hearings.
good.
I'm putting the over that Congress gets centelled.
AOC won't. Loomer will.
Chuck
Nancy
Schumer.
Pelosi
Chuck
will.
Schumer is going to
Mitch
get
McConnell.
mentally dwarfed.
Chuck Grassley.
Chuck Grassley too. Hakeem Jeffries might as well
Mike
be in there.
Johnson.
Yeah, they have no idea. They're gonna get a insight into NBA Twitter, and it's going to
It's like a
it's going to
coffee,
be that again.
coffee baby. There's a hydrogen bomb all over me. guys don't know what they just
We
opened.
found
It's
18,000
Pandora's
tweets about
box.
Saddam Hussein, and it all linked to this guy, and it's Yusuf Nurkic.
It's like, this guy's in Houston. He just tore his ACL. Oh, that's Fred VanVleet, man. Sorry, Corey Berger. That is Fred. He is not a terrorist.
We're gonna get ice called on Wemby in the middle of a congressional hearing.
Mari Taylor Green. That is
He's
Marjorie
not.
Taylor Greene.
He's
That's
not.
Anthony Edwards. He's American.
Christy Nome.
He would like him. He cursed
Christy
out
Nome, that's
Obama.
Nikola Jokic. He just likes horses. He's fine.
That's not a dog. That's not a dog. If you want to see a dog, his name's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, I think that's gonna be an all-time Twitter day if Congress gets intel.
Oh my
That's
god.
it'll be.
That was good. That was great. Well, just maybe wrapping that side of things up. We also did have. Oh yeah,
Moving on to Jaylen
we didn't
Brown
even talk
hairline.
about that. Jaylen Brown's hairline rubbing off on OG Anunoby.
I think that's
Twitter-
we had such a great game.
But a resident Celtics fan trying to deflect.
How do you have such a great game? Do you sweat too much? Why does he need a hairline? Why does he?
I've seen a lot of
why is
things
he
that
painted
was
on
just
his
the
hairline?
tight ass
Why
braids
do
that
you
he
think
wore
he
for
painted on
years
his
just
hairline?
ruined it. But like realistically, if we're diving into this, I looked at some conclusive evidence of before and after pictures of before
You're getting a
halftime and
hair
after
analysis.
halftime, and it
You're getting
looks
a hair
like he might have washed something off at halftime, as in he saw that happen, and it's
Yeah,
he
dude.
washed it off.
This
The
hairline.
pregame, he had a sheen. He had
Right,
the Carlos
yeah.
Boozer sheen.
Celtics picture that they posted. It's undeniable.
Oh my god, dude.
He just needs to
It
shave it all
is.
off, man. Grow out the beard.
Dude,
Be
we
the
might
beard
have to do an
2.0.
all NBA team of the hairlines that just need to go. I have 3 quick nominations: it's Jaylen Brown, Jalen Suggs, LeBron James. Just bald.
No, our king has plenty.
He's
of
coming
hair.
back
You
from the
always see him, he's
sciatica with
always-
the Carlos Boozer sheen as well. I guarantee it. He's got to make it look like he's been really
That's
struggling, growing out the hair, unkept beard.
If I'm doing that, first thing I'm doing is asking if this is waterproof, though. Like that's got to be the first question.
Yeah, how is that not a box you check?
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown.
Jalen Suggs is just unfortunate. I haven't seen Haley Van Lith and him together since those pictures came out.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah,
I mean, I think Derek White went into it very
It's probably
gracefully, and I
since
think
playing.
Jaylen Brown is, lucky to have him as a teammate with somebody with so much advice. Derek White can really, ease him into the transition.
You should be encouraging them. We should have the bald.
Sam
brothers
Hauser
in
went bald
Boston.
recently too. He shaved his head for
The
charity.
BBB.
Yeah, but I mean, he can still probably grow it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jaylen Brown's done. Send that man to Turkey.
I don't think it was the hairline that was the problem. I think it's the thinning in between. I think the front stays, but it's in the middle, which finasteride and minoxidil that'll change that. I think maybe we see Donovan Mitchell on a Skims ad. Maybe we see Jaylen Brown on a Hims ad. Who knows?
Paul Pierce in a Dude Wipes ad. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Wait, Dad! That shirt
Boys,
is back at the store, bro. Scotty Barnes, I think it's about time. I haven't seen a viral meme about him since he went roller skating at 1 o'clock in the morning. But I think we're due for one. I really do. Like, I think he's too funny to be like cooped up like that. Like, we need him back. He's just a happy dude,
He's
man.
just a happy dude.
Y'all see their drug testing D'Angelo Russell?
Yeah, moving on to I can't believe it's not Centel. The drug test, I mean, he went off today. That's I can't believe it. 24-point outburst. I think we're getting prime D'Lo back, but I think NBA's onto something. I mean, yeah, they got to drug test him. I mean, how old is he? 35? I mean, you got to double check to make sure if he's actually
I think that
on
1-2-3
something.
looks almost orchestrated. Like he knew exactly what he was doing. Like like you don't do
Yeah.
that without purpose. Yeah. And
Play
until you
down.
hit the next game, you get
Yeah.
24 points. Like he was saving that up. Like he was loading that. Like deloading.
But
Wow.
yeah. But you can't get past Adam Silver. He saw right through that and was like, all right, check him. Drug test time. And it's perfect. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks need him to pass this test because
I'll tell
they
you
don't have a
what.
point guard.
Besides
They
passing
need
that
a point guard.
test,
They have a lot
I
of big
think they
men and
just
they
need him
need
to
someone to
pass
dish the
too.
ball.
He's an essential piece, man. They gotta have him. He's looked great. He's an essential piece. They need that point guard.
Because they don't have anybody else. But yeah, he had 6 assists,
To go
5
with
rebounds
24
today.
points, I think we are getting Prime D'Lo back. It makes perfect sense to me that they are.
He's he's finally done loading. This is it.
What happens next?
De-retirement.
Mavs ring.
De-loading, de-completed, de-retirement.
De-Guangzhou Tigers.
He and Shaden Sharp can form a Chinese super team.
With Dwight Howard. That's a wrap, everybody. We talked about NBA and NFL Twitter, Jaylen Brown's hairline, and our fantasy leagues. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week.